I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to export data that you have in an Excel file to the tag data in mp3tag. First thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pull up the mp3tag software right here. And I'm going to make sure that I have all the columns that I want to see up here viewable. First thing I can do, if they're not in the order that I like, I can simply just drag and drop them like this. But in this case, I'm going to add some extra ones. So you can see here's all the tag options they have in this list. Now, as you can see here, there was a few tags that I didn't want that were clicked, and so I went ahead and took those off. But one thing I do see that I'm missing that I want up here that I'm not seeing in the list is publisher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on the bottom one that I have checked, and I'm going to hit new, type in the name of the field. Okay, and then here in value, I'm going to go over here and hit extended fields and choose publisher. And I'm going to do the same thing here in field. And this is basically just telling it what tag to point to. And then as you can see, it's down here. And I actually want to move it up. I'm going to put it ahead of some of these. So I'm just going to hit move up until it's where I want it to be. I'm going to hit OK. And then as you can see, I have all the fields here. Okay, so I'm going to minimize that. Go ahead and pull up my Excel spreadsheet that I have all of the data in. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I want to make sure that the file name here is sorted in the same order that I have it sorted in mp3tag. And as you can see, by file name, descending order, or ascending, excuse me. I'm going to do the same thing here. Right here, it is sorted by title. So I'm going to go ahead and get that sorted the way I want it, by file name. All right, and up here in the column field names, I have this little extended information, and I just put that up here to show you, and I'll actually send this to you. But these are the tag names, and this is the column name that mp3tag uses. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of everything in parentheses because we're not going to need that to do the export. So let's get rid of everything up there in the parentheses. Okay. All right. Now that looks like I have everything lined up the way I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to save this as a text file in the same folder that I have the CSV file in. So go ahead and choose the text tab delimited. That's important. Save that. Yes. I'll go ahead and close this out. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and browse to where I have that. And I'm going to right click here, open with. I want to make sure that I'm opening with Notepad. All right. So as you can see here, here's all of our data tab delimited. Now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to open up a new version, a second version of Notepad, and I'm going to take this top row here because you do not need that when you are importing the metadata. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, and I'm going to move it over here because I'm going to use it later. Okay, and I'm going to delete this first line here. Okay. Now, as you can see, some of these have been delimited with these little quotation marks around them, and some of them don't have it. We're not going to worry about that right now. The first thing we want to do is get rid of these tabs and replace them with another delimiter. And I'm going to use the pipe delimiter simply because it's not as frequently used as some of the others, so it's not going to mess up the data that's populated into the columns. It's not going to put any, like, for example, if I use the comma here, it would split this field up, and we don't want that to happen. So in Notepad, very simple. You just highlight the tab, copy it, and then pull up the replace, and go ahead and paste that tab in there, replace it with the pipe delimiter, and hit replace all. Okay, now the next thing, you see they're all nice pipe delimited. The next thing we want to do is get rid of the quotation marks. So if you know that you have these quotes used in any other metadata fields, you're going to want to get rid of those, replace them with something else, or again, it's going to mess up the delimiting of the metadata, so that's very important to do. So your data will line up. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all those, replace them with nothing. All right, there we go, exactly how I want it. Close that out, and we're going to go ahead and save this and close it out. Okay. Next, we're going to pull up this right here. So this has, get rid of that extra G that I have there in the beginning. So these are all of the columns that we're going to add data to in mp3 tags. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to highlight these tabs. And I'm going to replace them. But this time, what I'm going to replace them with is the %, and the pipe, and another %. Whoops, put that in the wrong field there. Okay, there we go, that looks right. Replace all. Okay. And as you can see here, what this does, this matches, when I added that extra column, those extended fields that I added, this matches that. So this is telling it these are the fields, and it's, however it's written, tells it to go to whatever tag. Okay, sorry, very technical, I know. And then I want to go ahead and add these % signs on the ends and in the beginning, since it didn't do that for me. Okay, we're not going to save this in it or anything. All we're going to do, highlight it and copy it. Okay, so if all of your fields are not already highlighted, lined up the way they need to be, go ahead and do that, and then Control-A, that'll highlight them all, and then you're going to right-click, and you're going to convert. Go here, text file to tag. Okay, and go ahead and browse to that file on your computer. We're going to use this text file here. Open it up. That's what it's going to be reading from. And the format string, we're just going to paste what we copied right there. Okay, what you can do is preview it, make sure everything's lined up. Oh, I forgot one thing. We don't need file name. We're going to be writing over the existing file. That's one option if you do need to change the file name. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. And I'm going to replace file name here with dummy. That's just going to tell it that don't read that tag, basically skip over it. So I'm going to go here, we're going to preview it. Okay, as you can see, file name's not in there, but looks like everything's lined up. It's showing me this is the tag we're writing to, and this is all the information that's going to be written to it. It looks like everything lines up pretty good. Okay, so we're just going to close out of that, and then we're going to hit OK, and voila, there you go. Everything perfectly written. Now it's going to take a little bit longer the more files you have, but it makes things so much quicker and easier. I hope that helps you some. If you have any questions, certainly shoot me an email or give me a call, and I'll be happy to help.